I'm a gamer, so I like to have goals. I like special missions and secret objectives. So here's my special mission for this talk. I'm gonna try to increase the lifespan of every single person in this room by 7.5 minutes.
Sold. That's game developer and researcher Jane McGonigal. Her TED Talk videos on the power of gaming are drawing more than 10 million clicks online. She is among 155 million Americans who play video games, but it's more than a hobby to her. She's using what she learned about the psychology of games to tackle life's challenges, and that's the topic of her new book. I love this title, SuperBetter, a revolutionary approach to getting stronger, happier, braver, and more resilient, powered by the science of games. Jane, good morning to you.
Good morning, Gail.
This is something that everybody wants, everybody needs, and you got it because you had a concussion, is how it started with you.
I did.
Idea.
I was in my home office. I stood up too quickly underneath an open cabinet door, and it turns out you can hit yourself in the head with the force of a football tackle doing that. So people should keep their cabinet doors shut.
Yeah.
So what is the SuperBetter method?
Well, I had been researching the psychology of games for a decade by the time I hit my head.
You have a PhD in this.
I do. And I knew that when we play games, we're more creative, we're more determined, we're more resilient in the face of setbacks. We find it easier to ask people for help. And so the SuperBetter method is just a way to bring those same psychological strengths to real life challenges.
And why do games have that impact on your brain?
Well, every time you play a game, you're tackling a challenge, whether it's trying to get the puzzle pieces in place or you're trying to overcome an obstacle. And that really gets the neurochemistry of the brain. It gets it excited, it's motivated, it's goal-oriented, it wants to learn and improve.
You know what I like about this is you back this up with science. I mean, there have been some really incredible studies that have been done about that it works. So let's talk about some examples of these powers up. Simple activities that have been scientifically tested to make us feel better. First, what can we do for a physical boost?
So the worst thing you can do for your body is to sit still. I don't know if you've heard sitting is the new smoking.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the power-ups in SuperBetter is just to put your hands over your head as high as you can for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Mississippi 3, Mississippi 4,
And that
5.
actually gets your metabolic system reboosted, so it's actually good for your brain, your heart, your lungs.
People think you're weird when you do it, but you're saying you feel better.
You could also just get up and take 3 steps if you want to be a little more casual about it.
You say the science also shows that if you're feeling a little down or bored to watch videos, certain types of videos.
It turns out that looking at videos of baby animals gives you a really powerful positive emotion boost that helps you concentrate more and be more productive.
I get that. Why do you think that is? Because you look at them and then you just go, oh, that's so cute, but you feel better watching.
Yeah, well, they've actually shown in studies this is one of the easiest ways to spark a feeling of love in people. You just feel so much compassion for these little baby animals, and that feeling of love is a really powerful thing to have. You can just spark that positive emotion whenever you want.
And what do you do for anxiety?
This is really interesting. So when you feel anxiety, you have the butterflies in the stomach, you have the adrenaline going. A lot of people try to calm down. I need to be calm. But that's really hard to switch your physical state that way. So it turns out that it's much easier to tell yourself that you're excited instead of anxious. And so because excitement feels the same as anxiety, your brain can't really tell the difference between those two physical states. So
And
if you
what
just
does
tell
deep
yourself,
breathing have to do with this, too?
with deep breathing?
Yes.
Well, I mean, deep breathing is a way people try to calm down, but it can be very hard to switch your mind and body. So it's actually, if you're battling the bad guy of anxiety, it's more effective. I was doing this backstage, actually.
But
Tell
can
yourself you're excited.
you get this, Jane, without going through some type of trauma or some type of difficulty?
Right, yeah. I mean, so there's something called post-traumatic growth where you can really become a stronger, happier, braver person. And that happens with a trauma. But researchers have found that you can actually have this kind of transformative experience if you tackle the kind of challenge that will really test your limits and put you under stress, like training for a marathon, becoming a parent for the first time, maybe trying to write a book.
Try to read a book?
Write a book.
Oh, I thought, really? That's a test? Okay,
I
write a
love
book.
to in this
Okay,
real
go
world
ahead.
practices that can, based on video games, that can also help you lose weight and other things. Jane McGonigal, it's great to have you here. Thank you
you,
so
Nora.
much. SuperBetter is on sale now.